time they engage, they were free, but because of conditioning they become bonded. But without that bondage, we can give them the freedom when they are raised to the SQ level, and that is a freedom which everybody is really wanting. And beyond that, once that freedom is come, the beyond happens, that is WQ, indigo children, where they have telekinesthetic, clairvoyance, mass storage, computer like calculation, lots and lots of things they are able to do, because they start, the non-mechanical part of the brain starts working. The right brain, which is mostly shut down by 6 years, starts awakening. So they are able to do much beyond. The chemicals in the brain are, they say for autism kid, the serotonin in the pineal gland, the way it is secreted, and how they are not able to understand the pain itself. Actually, if a kid is taught that pain is not something which is going to hurt them, they will be able to do. They are able to do much beyond that. The other day, Swamiji was talking about the kid getting fractured in his hand and still not crying, but said, I'm going to focus on the pain, because he doesn't have a thought which triggers the chemical, and the pain chemical gets released and says this is painful. He is completely clear that this thought is a useless thought. What do I do with it? Actually, he was saying, it will pain, it will pain. But he never said it is paining, because he doesn't know the concept of pain. The trigger chemical is not there. In autism kids, that's one of the main thing, they don't have pain. They are gone beyond the pain. That's why we have to be really careful with the kids. So the main thing is, we can take them beyond. Autism kids and regular kids are same. Why do I say that? Autism kids are withdrawn. Regular kids are showing their ego. Both are caught in two extremes. We need to balance and bring them into a space where they understand that we don't need ego to run our life. That is, we don't need our mind to run us. We need to run the mind. And the same way for autism kids, we need to say it's okay, you can try your life. You don't have to withdraw from life, getting things that ego is too scary to be with. Mind is too scary. You don't have to think like that. You can come back. It's a beautiful space you can be in. So they will be balanced. Both are in the extremes. If we groom the children, we can make all the children as indigo children, and that will be the best possibility that you're giving for your children. Different problems parents face. How do I take care of teen kids? Teenage is one of the biggest problem for kids. See, it's said that if you fail to make the kid understand at 5, it's going to be very difficult at 15, and it's going to be really difficult at 50. How will they bend after that? If they don't bend by 5, it's going to be very difficult when they are 15. So the right understanding has to be given right in the first level itself. Okay, if you have missed it, still it will work in the teenage when you sit and counsel with them. Actually, what is their inner space problem? How are they getting hurt, and why are they hurting themselves? If they understand this one concept, the teenage will be out of the most of the problem. The teenage is the time where they can experiment with the possibilities, just like when they were kids, with intelligence. But they fail to do that because of societal nonsense which goes on into them. They have the same hormones and chemicals and possibilities happening at that time when they are teenage, but they just miss the whole point because they are caught up with so many ads and so many societal behavior that they see from the friends, and friends are the only thing. Swamiji says 0 to 3 is a beautiful space. Their only world is the mother, and the mother or the father who is grooming them, and we can give any possibility at that time and groom it slowly into the next level. The 4 to 7 becomes a time when the society starts giving in, the teacher usually starts giving in all the possibilities. Next, 7 to 14 is a friend. Friends make the decision for them. They have a hero worship. Oh, this person is a hero. Then if you have the right hero who has the possibility of beyond, that is a beautiful space to be. 7 to 14, they should start coming into Gurukulam, where they see a possibility of Swamiji and take that as the possibility for them. And then 14 above, it becomes a partner, one single friend they have, and they start, it can be a male or female, they start becoming that person. They think that person is the best they can think of in life. Then it's a life partner. So each stage they are being conditioned by different aspects of life, different person comes in and conditions them. We just need to make them understand from ignorance to intelligence is good, but innocence to arrogance is bad. That's where we miss out. We don't safeguard one part of it. See, we never teach the children to go on the cycle and push them. But that's what we do when we are teaching them about life. We give them the knowledge of intelligence, but then push them into arrogance, the ego, where they get caught with everything. Every single day, it's been a hassle for a parent. Going out, getting up in the morning, how to wake them up, how to put them to bed, when do they sleep, why they are not sleeping in the night. Everything is becoming a struggle. For everything, we have huge data in the internet. How to make a kid sleep, how to make a kid eat, how to make them brush the teeth. One of the biggest problem. It's a silly, simple problem which never existed in few years back. The parents also never conditioned the kid, never used words to label them and put them down, abuse them. The stress level of the parents themselves have gone up. So the kids' stress has gone so much that depression in the kids is the biggest thing. The other day we have done the interview with Debbie and she says depression in kids. What do they mean in depression and kids? It's just oxymoron. It's totally opposite things. How can it be together? But nowadays the stress level has gone so much that parents unconsciously nowadays think they have given birth, it's theirs, and they have to groom it the way they want, and they think it's a life sentence for them that they know how to take care of kids because they gave birth. Just because giving birth, that doesn't make you any authority over the children. Legally, yes. Country law, yes. But cosmically, you're supposed to be in charge of the child in guiding them and grooming them for taking the next dimension in life, not to suppress them. If you're suppressing, limiting them by cosmic law, it's wrong. We are limiting the kids again and again and again, unconsciously and consciously. It's okay if you're unconsciously doing it and you fail to understand that how to take care of kids. But now that you know so many understanding, now shouting at the kids, blaming the kids. Swami says it's complete arrogance of the adults, and the kids pick up that arrogance and the kids get angry and they fail to know why am I getting angry. When one day we were talking to one of the Gurukul kids and he's saying, I don't want to get angry, but I don't know why I'm getting angry. He's about 10-12 years. And this is what they have understood in 10-12 years, because they have seen their parents fight, or they have seen the parents shout at the kids. Somewhere they have made the mistake connection that when you're upset, get angry. So that is where the whole thing gets spoiled. The whole thing they are able to understand in a wrong way. So everything they are picking up from their society, from the friends, is all wrong reasons. And they are going to apply this wrong reason. How can they be successful? The kids who are in a space, they say how the brain works is, when the brain starts like lift my hand, a thought is triggered. So I lift the hand, but emotion is also triggered from the heart, neuropeptide. This is triggered from the heart and it says, okay, there is zero emotion, just move the hand. But when during exam, I write my exam, that time I am stuck with a question. What happens to the peptides? It boosts from the heart that so many conditions starts coming. Oh, I don't know this exam. I don't know this question. I'm going to fail. All kinds of things start coming up. So the whole chemical blocks the brain. And then I'm able to do the exam in a very poor manner, because so much of chemicals are going on and shutting down my brain. So how do these things can be avoided? They can write exams much better. They can be in the life much better without getting into all these problems which they are unknowingly getting into. And because parents are not helping, thinking they are helping, they are actually limiting the children. Again and again they are limiting the children of the possibility and making one of them, which is wrong, because they themselves are failing to be as successful. They are not high achiever, they are not successful because they have limited themselves with all the conditioning that they had from the society and their parents and their education system. Now same thing if we do to the kids, what a blunder. Why can't we be more intelligent in making the kids higher possibility than us? And how do we do it? where do we start, and what are the procedures, what are the steps we take, and how do we deal with daily everyday problem, how do we deal with the society, is what is end parenting. We give them the complete different domain of possibility in a very, very easy manner, and it works. Once they change in the inner space, all the other problem, the bullying, the hitting, the abuse talks, the teenage problem, the arrogant kid, the lying kid, the manipulating kid, all of them just disappears. Because the inner space is corrected, the outer space is automatically corrected. Because once we clean up the inner space and give them the right understanding, automatically it penetrates into the world they are in. Because we create the world, the mind creates the body, and we create the world, we manifest the world. The whole manifestation of this world can be changed if we change our view. We see in a different way. In our two eyes, we see with one eye most of the time, and we see the one side of the person, we use one side of our body. If we are limiting ourselves in one side and giving the same language, body language to the kids, what are they going to learn? They're going to learn the same thing. There is one kid, one of the friends were sharing that they left the kids to do everything and anything, even eating things which we're not supposed to eat, just being with nature in a very beautiful manner. This was about 10 months old kid. And for about 6 months, my friend stayed in the house, and the kid never cried, because the kid trusted the nature and started living the possibilities of what he wants and what he doesn't want in his own way. When you condition the kids, for example, the parents will take out all the sharp objects and all the objects from the place so that the kids will be safe and they will avoid getting hurt. But those are the kids have the most amount of fear in them, because they have never faced even simple thing of getting hurt next to a furniture. They have to take care of every possibilities. In those days, the kids had very less of these security things, and they also grew up fine. And if you see, there are kids in the roads. In India, we have kids on the roads. A person will be ironing, and there are kids, and who never gets into the problem of getting into the traffic or going near the car or getting hurt. They are very fine sitting, because they have been groomed with that possibility that there is a car coming. But if our kids who are being safely taken care go into the road, they get hurt very fast, because we have never tried a possibility of trusting their intelligence. We think kids are not very intelligent and we are more intelligent. That is the first thing we make a mistake. They are so intelligent, and if possible, we should learn how to be intelligent like them.